the first video, I was blue and green. Then I corrected it to being orange. And for this one, because I was irritated by the first two, I was like, I gotta do something. And it just became filter after filter and idea after idea, and somehow we got this. I have nothing that I can say about my cinematic masterpiece, but this is your warning. This is low key a hot mess. When I first decided to do it, I got excited and I made a recipe. And I liked it, but I thought it could, I can't even remember what I thought it could be more of. But then I was like, I have no idea what oil is in charge of that. Or what oil I need to reduce, what oil I need to increase, any of that. Because I don't know what these things do individually. So okay, let me start from the beginning. Okay, so I'm making liquid soaps of a single fat so that I know the quality of that liquid soap before I start formulating, like making formulas from it. And online, when I've looked before, I just haven't seen that many people make liquid soap from scratch. And so, unlike all those nice charts that they have for bar soap where it goes, olive oil, Castile, these are the qualities, I don't really see that for liquid soap. And so, I want to know if they're, what the differences are. How does that translate? Because with those are different chemicals, so I feel like there should technically be different reactions besides for the fact that it produces kind of like a solid gel, a gel solid that you then dilute, as opposed to it just being a bar and then you're done. That's the point of this. So in this, I make one oil, well, one fat per liquid soap, and I dilute it with distilled water. And then I try to figure out the qualities of it. Like I take a shower with it and see how it affects my skin. I have dry skin, so what's really important to me is the conditioning factor. But I'm looking at the acid profile in hopes that that gives me some hint of what I can expect when I make the soap. Because there are some qualities like hardness that doesn't matter for liquid soap. Like it doesn't matter how hard it would be, but it's still that acid. What are those acids? Because there's a couple ones that affect hardness, are still going to have some type of effect in the liquid soap. And I'm wondering, and I'm kind of afraid if the effect that it's going to have is drying, like it's going to be really drying. Like if a soap says it's hard and bar, then in liquid it's going to be drying or something. There's also things where that they talk about the bubbles. I don't, on a good day in May, I don't know about bubbles, whether it's bubbly or creamy. I don't know what creamy is. I'm not good at that. So that's why I include the clip of me washing my hands with the soap so that you can see what creamy or bubbliness that the um, soap will have. Um, is there anything else that I need to keep as a and I need to say it. The fat and then diluting it with distilled water and nothing else. I wash my hands with it and then I wait a little bit and then I start to shower with it for a bit so I can see what its real qualities are on the skin, because I just don't know how much I can use the bar soap qualities for liquid soap. So let's go into Sapphire. What? I always say sapphire, like fire, and I don't know why I say that when it's flower, and I know it's flower. So safflower. Um, my shower, really. Okay. So, um, sapphire. Safflower. Do I want to go over the history? I don't know if its history is really that important. It's a beautiful yellow flower. So one thing that is slowly showing itself to be important is the iodine value of these one one ingredient recipes. If you're doing bar soap, then iodine levels are supposed to determine how hard a bar how hard a bar of soap will be, which is irrelevant for liquid soap. So safflower, the iodine levels are medium to medium high. I went to a bunch of different vendors' websites to see where they like when they test their um, butters and oils, what the analyst says it is, and then I just kind of just did the lowest vendors to the highest vendors. So Sapphire came in at Safflower came in at 120 to 145. My question with iodine levels, my questions with iodine levels are when iodine is low in bar soap, that means that it's going to be um, hard and less conditioning, and when it's high, that means the bar is going to be softer, but it's going to be more conditioning. At least that's the theory. And so I want to know, does that apply to liquid soap? Safflower is in the middle of the overall range. So I would expect it to be somewhere in the middle between conditioning and not conditioning. Okay. Then its acid profile is 68 to 83% linoleic, 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 yeah, linoleic, um, followed by oleic and then palmitic acids. With oleic having anywhere between 8% to 21%, and palmitic having anywhere between 5% and 8%. So I expect it to be something that's very um, conditioning, because there are two conditioning acids to it. Now, safflower doesn't have that many unset pontificables. Unset pontificables. elements of it that can't be converted into soap. It's a fairly clear liquid soap, unlike Bakuri or shea butter. As you can see, it doesn't get that, I guess it gets it gets, it gets a decent lather. Nothing too extreme. The bubbles remain fairly small. I've showered with it. I've showered with it several times, and when you use it, it really does feel really nice. Like, when they say silky lather, they mean it at least for safflower, because it feels really luxurious when you're taking a shower. And I think that experience is very important in terms of soaps. Like, I mean, outside of the basic soap, I mean, you're kind of going for experience, aren't you? The downside to it is that it is drying. It's not immediately drying. It's not immediately drying. What I like to do is I kind of like to test them on, and I don't know how good this is in terms of drying, because it is conditioning. Like, when you do it, your skin will feel nice and lovely and not offended by the soap. But some soaps have left it so that I have to apply more body butter later on, like throughout the day. Like, sometimes I have to like really apply body butter, and other times my skin will stay soft and moisturized after for longer periods of time, because eventually you always have to reapply it, at least if you have dry skin. Hopefully you don't, but you probably will. And so safflower is one of those ingredients. Well, safflower is one of those ingredients where 5 to 6 hours later I might have to reapply some lotion or some body butter, which makes me feel like it is a bit drying. Now, I've had others, I mean, I put on body butter or lotion right after the shower. Time you clean yourself, you need to re-moisturize yourself, because you're stripping the skin of its oil. So you need to immediately put some form of moisturizer back onto your skin. But there's some where I do that, and maybe an hour later I'm like, I need some more lotion or some more body butter. And then there's some where it's like, legitimately 6, 7, 8 hours later, which means that if you showered in the morning, put on lotion, went about your day, then you wouldn't, at least I wouldn't need to reapply until what would be after work or after school or at the end of the day, which is perfectly fine and dandy. I hope this was helpful for anyone. If there's any information that I can include or anything you would like to see when I do it, because I'm gonna redo shea butter and hemp soap, and I'm gonna redo avocado, and I'm gonna redo olive oil, and hope maybe if I get a different vendor for those things, I won't hate Castile soap as much as I do. Just because when I made them before, it was like literally just like, oh, I want to learn how to make liquid soap. Oh, this feels really nice. But I didn't sit down and like really look at his acid profile or anything like that. So I'm going to redo those things. So if there's anything that like you would want to see, or anything you would like for me to cover in these videos, if you do come across this, just also write it down in the comment section, so I can know, because I really do want these particular videos to be um, a resource for people who like making liquid, well, are like curious about making liquid soap, or maybe you sell soap and you want to move into the liquid soap, um, or maybe you bought some natural liquid soap and you just want to know about the ingredients in it. Just please comment down what you would want to see.